Hello everyone and welcome back to Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars. I am Pete, and joining me once again as ever is...
I'm Viv.
And when we last left we had apparently solved the mystery of the Templars and the missing Devaskan Chalice Knight and their children, and basically... we've basically solved all of history at this point.
Yeah.
And now the final piece of the puzzle is right here in Bannockburn. So, Hootsmon, we're off to bonny Scotland. Here we go.
It must be done.
Oh, I guess so. And we must be nearly there. Somewhere, out there in the dark, is Scotland. We've come a long way together to get here.
Yeah. Let's hope it was worth it.
I think this is the first time we actually see George travelling in this game for all the travelling he has actually done. But anyway, let's talk about Nico.
There's something I've been meaning to say to you, Nico.
Is this the right time and place, Josh?
There might not be another time. I don't want to waste this chance.
You don't need to say anything. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but here, with you. Now.
That's sweet.
You're exhausted. Why don't you get some sleep?
That was a weird
Sleep?
pause.
At a time like this?
Excited, huh?
Would you like something to help you sleep, dearie? I've got some tablets in my bag.
Oh, no. Thank you.
Thanks all the same, ma'am.
Sounds the beginning of a fun night out, that.
Yeah.
And if you look up here, you'll notice we've left all our stuff behind except the clown nose.
Oh.
I've still got the clown's nose.
So I see. You should throw it away, George.
Sentimental value. It's been with us almost the whole game. There's a really nice little detail in the third game, because we will be let's playing that at some point, but there's a point where you go to Nico's apartment and she still has the clown nose there. So, just a little keepsake. Just a sweet little touch. Right. Let's have a look around. Yep, that's a train carriage, alright.
She was as beautiful as ever, but the shadows beneath her eyes marked the strain of the last few days. The old lady reminded me of my grandmother, except, of course, that this old lady was still alive.
It's an important distinction.
Yes, very.
Let's have a word.
Pardon me?
Hello?
Yes, my dear.
Do you know what time we're due in Stirling?
6:15, but we're running 8 minutes late.
Honestly.
8 minutes late. So we can ask about the castle at Bannockburn, or we can ask what book she's reading.
Ask about the book, because that gives more interest in her.
What's the book you're reading?
Oh, it's something I picked up at the station. A medieval detective story. Quite well written for that kind of thing.
Ooh, meta.
It's been out of print for years.
Very meta. And what is it?
What's the title of the book?
The Crooked Crusader Caper by Molly Pegram.
Hang on, we've heard
Oh,
that
I
name.
yeah.
assumed the author was a woman, but apparently not. His real name is...
Professor Nigel Pegram.
That's right. Do you know him?
No, I never met him.
George is a great fan of his, though.
Let's see about the castle.
Yeah.
Do you know Stirling well?
Yes, I do. Is that where you two lovebirds abound?
Yeah,
It's one of the places we thought we'd see on our holiday.
Be sure to visit the castle, won't you?
Oh, I'm sure it's a neat place, but we are not really interested in history, are we, George?
No.
I suppose espresso bars and boogie-woogie are more your cup of tea.
That's right. There's nothing George enjoys more than a good boogie.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh.
Is there a church called St. Ninian's at Sterling?
Yes, there is. And I know why you're going there.
You do?
Of course I do. It's obvious you're in love. You're eloping, and they say romance is dead.
Well, fair enough then. We have a shipper on deck. But let's see what she makes of the nose.
Would you believe that this clown's nose led us to being on this train tonight?
I would indeed.
No, honestly, it... You would?
Certainly. You have an honest face.
If you knew the amount of people we have lied to over the course of this game. Well, anyway, let's go for a walk.
Where are you going, George?
Do I need to spell it out?
Don't snap at me. If you're going to take a leak, why don't you say so?
Okay, I'm going to take a leak.
Because he was a bit...
L-E-A-K.
Tickets, please.
Oh, hi.
That's a standard full-price peak return. Don't you have a senior citizen's rail card?
I rarely travel by train. My ticket is perfectly valid, is it not?
Well, yeah, but you could have saved up to a third of the cost.
I do not need to indulge in puffling thriftiness.
Blimey, you're a funny old bird and no mistake.
That was a weird
Tickets, please,
conversation.
sir.
Here.
Off to Sterling, eh?
Yes, we are.
Well, I hope you won't be disappointed. It's a miserable place this time of year.
So
Still,
positive.
there's plenty of pubs and a lovely view from the castle.
Thank you.
I don't want to worry you, but there was something familiar about that guy.
Are you sure? You're tired. Perhaps you're mistaken.
Maybe. But I didn't like the look in his eyes when he spoke to you.
He's saying that old doll's a bit convenient.
Can't you
As
sit
well,
still,
isn't it?
George?
I need to go to the John.
While you're there, check out the buffet car, George. Unthinkable though it is, I am hungry enough to eat English food.
Okay.
They got a jelly deal style, do you think?
Oh, jeez.
It was the door to the baggage car.
Let's see what else we can nick
The
in
door
here.
was locked.
Yeah, fair enough. Let's have a look in this carriage. Okay, now, at a rough guess, where would you estimate these two gentlemen are from?
All I could see of the man's face was a massive purple bruise around his eye. It was a strange contrast with his flaming red hair, which stuck out in stiff, greasy tufts.
No, not quite.
The
He
man's
is from
face
up
was
north.
blotched and unshaven. I guess he'd been traveling all night. Red-rimmed eyes stared fish-like above his broken nose.
Okay, so he's vigorously swinging a can of beer. He's got football shirt on, a massive beer gut. His friend has apparently been in a fight at some point. So obviously...
Hi! Having a party?
No, this is breakfast.
Yep.
Oh my god!
Wait, Basha, wake up, man. What's company?
His breath was like the outlet from a chemical factory.
Excuse me, mate, he's taking a nap. Sleeping like a bobby. I'll wake him up when we get to Newcastle.
We passed through Newcastle half an hour ago.
And I never noticed.
Most people don't. That's a joke, people from Newcastle.
You wasn't joking.
Why are you, man? No, did you ever see an episode of QI where Stephen Fry talking about Big Brother? No, it was always great when they got to day 8 because day 8 is always such a wonderful song.
Yeah.
What is that stuff you're drinking? It smells like gasoline.
Right, I'll put hairs in your chest, like.
On your eyeballs, too, by the looks of you.
Let's see what he makes of the red nose.
Would you like a red nose?
No thanks, pal. I got one of my own.
Of course you do.
Why not?
See you later.
Bye.
I didn't want to wake him. To be frank, without a cold water hose, I didn't think I could wake him. The windows seemed to have been sprayed with tiny flecks of froth.
And I don't like the look of that puddle down in the corner.
Why, that is real. Wrong.
Didn't open that window, pal.
Why not?
It's freezing out there.
I should also point out at this point, Charles Cecil lives in Newcastle.
Ah.
Moving on.
You're set to insult everyone at this stage.
I can go in here, but if memory serves, there's nothing there. I remember a few years ago there was an interview. Yeah, nothing there. Charles Cecil had an interview with Simon Miller a couple of years ago on... was it Eurogamer? I can't remember. I'll probably edit it in once I remember. Just a bit of subtitle or something. But he had an interview with Simon Miller, and Simon kind of took him to task over those two Geordies. I'll see if I can link that video as well in the description. For some reason we can't... Oh, here we go. Look who it is.
No. That gangster creep from the hotel, Guido. Well, he didn't scare me. Hey, Buster. This is a no-smoking car. Okay, maybe he did scare me. It got worse. I suddenly realized who the conductor had reminded me of. Eklund, Marquet's murderer.
Remember the bogus doctor in the hospital? Okay, so for some reason, instead of the normal life icon, we have moving cogs over Guido.
Guido looked like a weasel in a cheap suit. And he also looked like the kind of man who wouldn't lose much sleep over murder. I really didn't want to shoot the breeze with this guy.
Right, let's head back to Nico.
And tell Nico.
So, for some reason, in this section of the game, we don't have the beckoning hand, we just have the pointy hand that just goes, as he takes George just bit by bit along the carriage, or along the train rather. But oh look, they're gone.
Oh crap. They're both gone.
Yep.
I should have known better than to leave Nico and the old lady alone. Suddenly, the sword of Baphomet took second place to finding the girl I loved.
The old lady.
It was love at first sight.
Yes. Similar taste in reading.
See if these guys have seen them.
Hey, buddy. Did you see what happened to the young woman in the next compartment?
No, pal, I didn't. Have you lost her, like?
She's disappeared. The old lady, too. I think they're in trouble.
Oh, wait, man, an old lady, too?
Yeah. You gotta help me.
Maybe they went to the toilet, like?
I don't think so.
They never go on their own. Always in pairs, you know?
No, she's been abducted, I'm sure. I've got to go look for her.
What's stopping you, pal?
The conductor. He's not what he seems.
You want to avoid him, like?
That's about it, yeah.
No problem.
Okay, we'll see what he makes of Guido then.
Listen, I need your help.
What's the matter?
There's a guy on this train who's trying to kill me.
Relax, man. You wouldn't try nothing with us in Basharia. We are veterans, like, so action at Brightlingsea.
I don't recall the British Army being involved in a conflict at anywhere called Brightlingsea.
Well, you just take it from me, pal. You're in safe hands.
Well, fair enough. Suppose I would rather have them on our side.
Oh.
See you later.
Okay, so we can't go down that way to the baggage compartment. We can't go that way because Guido's there, so nowhere to go. But
The cauldron,
yep.
Don't do it, pal. Don't jump.
I don't intend to jump. I'm going to climb on top of the train.
You're kidding, aren't you?
Just watch me.
Just like my phone.
The window was wide open to the freezing night air.
Yeah, I think this is probably peak badassery for this game.
Hold on now, pal. I'll give you a hand, like.
A hand? Yeah, not bad, eh? Feeling okay there, George? Got a mouthful of flies yet? First things last, I'm gonna see him because guess what?
Oh, he's gonna die.
We're about to die.
They're gonna go on the bridge and he gets decapitated.
It was the arm
Nope.
that fed electricity
Much
from
sillier
the
than
overhead
that.
cables to the train. I could almost smell the high-tension current.
So, very high voltage there, so obviously we're gonna go over and lick it.
Two. Oh my goodness, what?
Yeah.
Oh.
So to be fair, if you fall for that one, you've really no one but yourself to blame.
Yes.
So,
That's so funny.
back where we were. Right, let's not go that way this time, let's go
Don't
this
touch
way.
it.
Dun 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 dun. Hey! There we go.
Low bridge.
Now what could this be?
It was a sliding door on the side of the baggage car.
Oh, hey guys.
Oh. Is that the old dog?
Yep.
Wow.
Remember Flop from the hotel?
Yeah.
Oh. Recognize the old girl yet? Yeah, well, while you try and work it out, I'm just going to stand here like a
Assassin was
lemon.
badly wounded, but still conscious.
It's calm.
Oh.
So, let's just stand here and see what happens.
Oh. Oh.
Hang on, did they stop the train? Did it pull over and dig a grave?
Yeah, probably. That's what the emergency stops for.
So now let's try it again.
Without getting shot. Or getting electrocuted.
Back we go. Maybe we can reason with him.
Let's talk this over like reasonable people, Eklund. I can explain everything.
Oh. I'm with you.
Here lies George Stobart. He could explain everything.
Good of them to bury him and put a gravestone on. You know.
Okay, third time's the charm. Here we go.
Skip to the end.
This here, up in the corner.
And now was my chance.
Thought the game crashed for a second there. Yep. So one violent stop later, and that's Eklund down for the count.
You saved our lives, but why?
We were always on the same side, Stobart. Different causes, but a common enemy.
The Knights Templar?
Don't call them that. The real Templars were a noble foe. These barbarians have no right to that name. These men are no better than dogs.
What are the Neo-Templars after? What is the Sword of Baphomet?
Not what you think, my friend. It is a weapon, yes, but one which our enemies will find difficult to wield. A double-edged sword. A power older than Timolay, older than Solomon.
We'll stop them. You and me together. And Nico.
No, George. My journey ends soon at the Garden of Paradise.
You're talking in riddles. Can't you tell me straight what they're after?
The sword symbolizes a colossal energy caused by the alignment of the Earth's natural power fields.
Which are focused at St. Ninian's.
The energy endowed the Templars with the power which made them great. A power which made them charismatic to such an extent they could control the will of all around them.
So now it makes a lot more sense why the conversation earlier was so stilted, since there are two characters both in disguise. Well, the burning question, the bull's head. He wasn't looking too hot the last time we saw him.
How did you escape from the bull's head?
It is a long walk from the cliff of the bull to the village Stobart. Fortunately, I know the ways of the wilderness. Also, I have a sister who keeps a garage just around the corner.
He could have just phoned Ultar. He'd have given him a lift, probably.
Maybe not.
Okay, not the best time to show the clown's nose again. Yeah, there's some painful memories for him, I think.
Yeah.
So, bye-bye, Khan, old buddy.
May Allah guide you to our enemies.
Thanks.
One last thing.
What? What is it? He's dead. The guy was a professional killer. The last thing he deserved was sympathy. I had to admit it, though. I was sorry he'd ended up this way.
I suppose that's probably a bit, that possibly a giveaway that he wasn't Scottish, and he didn't try to go for the lower fare. Again, just a joke, Scottish people.
No, it's for the show, though.
So you hear the joke of copper wires invented by two Scotsmen fighting over a penny?
That's poor.
Underneath that heap of tumbled crates was Eklund. I wasn't about to help him out.
No,
underneath that heap of tumbled crates was...
Okay.
Nico looked good, even in robes.
Are you telling us something about your private life there, George?
Nico looked good, even in robes. The head of the axe glinted invitingly. I could hack Eklund into tiny pieces and feed him to the wolves.
Pigs. It's supposed to be the pigs, if I understand correctly.
Don't even think about it, Josh.
Aw.
What? Who?
Look me straight in the eye and tell me you weren't thinking of using that axe on Eklund.
Don't be foolish, woman. I was going to use it on you.
Of course.
Where do you think you're going?
Don't worry. I hadn't forgotten about you.
And tell me this instant, Josh Stobart.
I will. When I'm ready.
And there's another moment that wouldn't go down well today.
That's not fair, Josh.
No.
You took advantage while my hands were tied.
When Eklund pointed that gun at me, I thought I was going to die. I thought of all the things that I'd never get to do. And kissing you was at the top of my list.
Josh.
Uh-huh.
Josh, we've got to get off the train. Eklund could recover at any time.
So what are we waiting for?
Let's go.
What are you doing?
I'm out of here.
Not that door. Do you want to end up like Flap?
Not especially. What remains of him is well on his way back to London. I hope he was traveling on a return ticket.
If he wasn't, they will catch him. It's only a matter of time. And what's this?
The rear exit was barred and padlocked.
Of course it was.
The rear exit was barred.
Oh, shut up, George.
It was a fire extinguisher. I couldn't think of a single way the extinguisher would be of use in the absence of a fire.
Rob it!
You never know when you might need a fire extinguisher. Say when you set fire to a mausoleum. And so, here we are.
I'd feel happier if we had a gun or something.
Khan gave me something.
What?
A handbag.
Oh, great. If we run into any killers, we can give them a good buffeting. Didn't he have any weapons?
You don't know half of it. This bag's full of C4.
Wow. Why didn't you say so? Boy, we'll show them now. What's C4?
Plastic, Josh.
We're going to shop our way to victory?
2 kilos of plastic explosive. The detonator's broken now.
No problem. We'll buy a box of matches somewhere.
It doesn't work that way. It takes a small explosion to start the big explosion.
Well, that's not much use then. What does that sign say?
Apparently, during the English Civil War in the mid-17th century, this place was used as an arms dump.
Yeah? What happened?
Look at the state of this place, George. You work it out.
Oh, stray spark?
You got it. The tower was the only thing to survive the blast.
I hope the explosion didn't destroy the Sword of Baphomet.
Do you? I rather hope it did.
Let's see what the place has to reveal.
It was just about recognizable as the church I'd seen reflected in the chalice. Templars, Roundheads, and Cavaliers. This place has seen a lot of history. A large arch led into the tower.
What else do I hear?
She was as beautiful as ever.
Yep.
Nico?
Uh-huh.
Oh, nothing. Right, let's look inside. I don't know, a lick of paint. Should be okay.
Above the carved cross was an indecipherable inscription. For all I knew, it could have been scribed in Gaelic. I tried pushing the panel, but wasn't surprised when it failed to move.
Yeah, I bet you wish you'd brought the lifting key along with you this time, don't you, George?
Nico?
Uh-huh.
What are you doing?
What are you doing?
Committing this inscription to memory.
Can you read it?
No.
So...
What's the point of studying the inscription if you can't read it?
Because it could be important. A clue to whatever we're looking for, who knows? I might find someone in Stirling to translate it.
We don't have time to go looking for a linguist.
No? At least I am doing something positive.
What language is that inscription written in?
You're the languages student, you tell me.
It looks like ancient Norse. Maybe.
Perhaps it's in code.
I don't think so.
Norse code.
That's almost as bad as one of yours.
I take offence to that.
Almost.
The stone face of the demon grinned with a horribly lifelike expression. It was so realistic, I could imagine the sculptor carving it from a live model. Examining the demon more closely, I realized something about its face. It was a clever illusion. No matter where I stood, the eyes weren't looking at me. There was a simple reason. The demon didn't have any eyes.
Oh. What could this be?
The wheel had a serrated edge which meshed with the turning cog. Marks on the spindle behind the wheel suggested it once had a rope attached to it. The wheel turned reluctantly with a creak of complaint. There was no obvious way of removing the wheel from its housing. It was a simple cog arrangement with a handle to turn the larger wheel. The handle turned easily and the larger wheel began to revolve. Damn! Then the handle came off in my hand.
It wasn't me.
It was the handle from the church tower's winding mechanism. It had cog teeth mounted near its base.
Well, let's see what else we can find.
It was a heap of stones and stuff which had tumbled down from the rafters. I scrabbled around in the rubble and found an old clay pipe with a broken stem.
Cool.
Under one of the stones, I found a metal coin which was green with age. It was caked with soil, but what I'd found was a small cog and spindle. With mounting excitement, I felt something between my fingers. It was short, hard, and black. Something I hadn't expected to find here. It was a plastic pen top.
Lord! So that's no less than 4 items just from that one little pile of rubble.
Okay.
Quite impressive.
The cog was one of those objects I wished I hadn't carried in my pocket.
Says the man who carried a grease paint coated hanky for however many miles he's been travelling.
It was an old coin. It was a black plastic pen top. The pipe could have been anything from 50 to several hundred years old.
And then
Without the handle, the small cog and spindle were seemingly useless.
So?
Now that the handle was gone, it was easy to remove the cog and spindle.
So now we have 2
The
of them.
cog was mounted on a short, slim spindle. The cog was one of those
Yeah,
objects...
we've had that one.
Nico?
Uh-huh.
Let's see what Nico makes of all these new things.
Look at my things.
Look at all these things!
Any suggestions what I could do with this cog?
Well,
Well,
Most of them involve your arse.
Any suggestions what I could do with this cog?
well.
Maybe not.
Yet there are some things even George won't show people.
Look! I found an old coin! You think it's worth anything?
George, focus on the situation at hand, please.
Fair enough.
Look what I found buried in the rubble!
It's a plastic pen top.
Yeah, amazing, isn't it? Finding something so mundane in a place like this.
Astounding. Let me know if you find any paper clips.
There's paper clips here? Where?
Nico, I found an old clay pipe.
George, I don't care.
he's a bit like a 5-year-old.
He really is. You know what? Let's liven the place up a bit.
Sometimes the most childish gestures can have a cathartic effect. The transformation of the demon to a clown did just that for me.
Oh dear. Poor George.
Let's see what else we can do. Here we go, pen top. Have that.
I pushed the pen top into the mouth, and it disappeared somewhere inside the statue. It had probably gone straight to biro hell.
Okay, so we lost our pen lid. Let's give him a pipe, why not?
With the clay pipe in his mouth, he looked happy, homely, like somebody's granddaddy.
If your
What do you
granddaddy's
think you're
Satan.
doing, Josh?
I wondered if there was a secret mechanism in the demon's mouth.
Maybe you should show a little more respect.
For a mythical medieval demon? Give me a break.
Okay, go right ahead. Meddle with forces you don't understand. Incur the demon's wrath and burn in hell. Just see if I care.
Charming. Okay, take the pipe back.
I ran my fingers across the cold stone and probed the holes in the demon's eyes. Beneath them, the mouth formed another hole. But I wasn't about to put my finger in there.
Can we take the nose back? Come on. No, I guess not.
I ran my fingers beneath them.
Well, canonically it will show up later on, so we know it's okay. But anyway, we're on the right track with the demon statue here. So we need to do something with the statue to open this door.
Okay, well there are holes.
Yep. So...
maybe
And we
the
have-
cog things?
Yep, we've got 2 cogwheels here. One goes there,
The cog slipped neatly into the eye socket.
and the other goes here.
With a rasp of metal on stone, I eased the second eye into place.
And then a conveniently liberated crank handle. Get the pipe out.
I pushed the handle into the demon's mouth. The cogs all meshed. I began to turn.
This is when Nico dies.
Giant falling stone again, like in
Yeah,
Spain.
I thought, you know.
Nope.
Surprise!
Cheeky little grin from George there.
I tried turning the cogs, but couldn't move them. I needed a mechanical advantage.
A bit behind the curve there,
Yeah.
George. We've done that already.
Should have done it. You said behind it.
As soon as I saw the flickering torches, I realized the bogus Templars had beaten us to the sword. But where were they now? And why was it so quiet?
That's the kind of sound you hear just before you die.
The powder spilling from the barrels reminded me of pirate stories I'd loved when I was a kid. It was gunpowder. It was definitely gunpowder, but it had solidified over the centuries it had lain here undisturbed. The torch burned with a sickly dim glow and a stench like fire and brimstone.
No, Georges!
What?
Leave that torch right where it is. In case you haven't noticed, the crypt is full of gunpowder.
So what? Don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust.
No? You think I'm a jerk, don't you?
Don't be silly, Georges, and keep your voice down. I thought I heard something. Like chanting.
Mm-hmm.
Nico?
Uh-huh.
Could it be?
It looks like the Templars got here first.
We might not be too late. There's still a chance.
I wish I had your optimism.
So do I, Georges. Sometimes you're so negative.
Fair enough then. Okay, well, once again, I'm subtly going to save the game. Don't read too much into that.
Listen, I can definitely hear chanting.
You're right. I hear it too. What do you suppose they're doing?
It wouldn't surprise me if they were holding some kind of satanic sex ritual.
So, what are we waiting for? Shh!
Okay, time for some revelations then.
Will you look at that? Baphomet. Labino was right. This place was ancient even to the Templars.
This whole place? This is Baphomet?
Finally, the truth. The Templars had never worshipped this graven image, no more than they'd worship a rainbow. But, like a rainbow, they regarded it as a symbol of a covenant with God, who'd revealed this place to them.
Hey, that guy looks familiar.
Yeah.
Rosso! Why, the double-dealing treacherous?
On the contrary, Inspector Rosso has been the model of obedience, an important quality in a true Templar. Now be quiet and watch, if you wish to live much longer.
Just want to say, Nico, I wanted to cut Ackland up, but you wouldn't have it.
No.
Brothers and sisters, we are gathered here to witness the reforging of the sword that was broken. Here before God's sentinel, Baphomet.
Pay attention, Ackland.
Grand Master and Knight of Baphomet, we salute and pledge our obedience to you.
Still not entirely sure where you're from, sir.
I salute you, gatekeeper of the temple. 7 centuries ago, our greatest weapon, the sword of Baphomet, was lost to us. Now we prepare to reforge it to wield against new enemies. As the tired millennium dies, and this world looks for new leaders, we shall not fail. We shall lead the people to a new order, wherein all borders will dissolve. All will be united under the red cross of the Templars.
And this is the nearest we get in the game to seeing what the Sword of Baphomet actually is. Whatever it is doesn't look particularly wholesome.
George, we have watched your efforts to stop us with respect. But surely you realize that you have been misled by our enemies. Both of us want a better world. Fortunately, no harm has been done. We need determined, resourceful men like join us, George. Join us in true brotherhood.
Yeah. True. Wait. Brothers? What about Marquet? What about Pegram and Klausner? You didn't look on them as brothers, only as failures. 3 men dead, and you don't give a damn.
George, you know that sacrifices are necessary. Every great undertaking.
Join you? I'll see you in hell first.
George.
There's Russell going.
I had great hopes for you. C'est la guerre. Eklund. Kill him.
Oh. George is a great
Now, you would think this would be a death scene, but no, this is all just part of the cutscene. Nasty.
What's that? Oh.
A last minute redemption from old Rosso.
I swear, I just wanted things to be right.
And rewarded as a traitor deserves.
Oh.
Take them. Kill them. They will not escape.
Run away now. Oh, hi.
Oh.
Well. If it isn't the great detective and his beautiful assistant, it's going to be a pleasure killing the pair of you.
Josh, what are we going to do?
First, we're going to save. The reason I saved before that lengthy scene started, hang on, to die, because back when I first tried this game, whenever I tried to save here, for some reason the game froze on me. Which meant I had to watch that cutscene many times, but well, this is the GOG version, so they've probably fixed it by now. Okay, so save, and what happens? Let's try talking to him. Oh, we can't. Let's try talking to Nico.
Okay. Let me think.
Oh.
Josh! Stay away from me!
So perish all enemies of the new Templar Order.
And again, they've gone to the bother of digging George a grave, which is nice of them.
He did it then.
Right, let's try that again. Any ideas what we do?
He'll push Nico in front of the bus.
That's right. Burn the place down!
Come on, Nico. We're leaving.
You fools! You cannot escape us. Guido! Stop them.
But master, the powder!
That powder is from the English Civil War. You fool. It's over 300 years old.
I thought it was all over, but Nico had one last trick up her sleeve. Or in her handbag, to be exact. A handbag full of plastic explosives.
Maybe, but this stuff is brand new.
He'll have time to do that and get out. Did they? Maybe.
Run away! Well, don't fan the flames, you idiot!
That's hilarious.
That is a very sturdy gravestone right there.
You've got a church before on top. Got a long way, haven't
You know, you'll never be able to write your story now.
I don't care. I've got what I want.
Huh?
Just tell me one thing, George. Is our life together always going to be this crazy?
Yes, it is, Nico, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Does he move to France?
So, yeah, there's a bit of back and forth going on. There's kind of a lot of on again, off again between the two of them over the course of the rest of the series. But anyway, yeah, that's it done now, so... Yeah, the big reveal of Rosso at the end, that explains why he was so unhelpful, and why the police in general were so
closing the case and everything.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, there we go, folks. That was Broken Sword, The Shadow of the Templars. So, I think my favourite adventure game of all time and one of my favourite games overall, so I hope you enjoyed it. So, Viv, what did you think?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That was good. I like the story. It's good.
Oh, you'll see the voice actors going past there. We just missed him. Rolf Saxon has a line all to his own. He is the voice of George, and he is notable for being the only voice actor to appear in every single Broken Sword game to date.
Okay.
So not only is he the only one to appear in every game, he's also the only person to reprise his role in more than one game. So every other returning character in every other game is recast every time they reappear.
Okay.
But good old Rolf has voiced George since day one, and he still does to this day.
So when's the new one out? The new version?
I don't know. I believe about a year ago they said it was in very early development, so I'd say it's still probably a good couple of years off by this stage, which is unfortunate.
Oh, we'd have got that all the time. So, that's it.
Well, maybe. Or maybe you've caught up on the rest of the series by then.
Yeah.
But I believe Beyond the Steel Sky, the long-awaited sequel to Beneath the Steel Sky, is on Steam at the moment, so... Oh, here we go. Those who endeavoured to wield the sword were buried along with the Templars' secret. But fate had marked George and Nico. Yeah, quite a lot. Soon, in an uncharted jungle on the other side of the world, they will be called to face an even greater threat.
Oh. What could it be?
See you in part 2.
Yeah, that was good.
Yep, so one last minute addition at the end there, just to tie into the next game. The next game it only came out the following year, actually. It had a pretty quick development cycle. But yeah, we'll get to that in the fullness of time. Probably not straight away. I think a couple of weeks off this, just to we get all this whole Let's Play out. So yeah, I think I'm gonna like I said, I'm gonna take a couple of weeks off, and then we're do a one-off Let's Play of something short, like a roguelike, just something we can do quickly, and then move on to something more meaty again. We're gonna do a multi-part of.
Oh, we should do Portal.
That sounds familiar. Maybe we should do that. Yeah, I can't remember if I've mentioned it before, but Portal was the first game we attempted to Let's Play, which I, of course, borked the recording of, so sadly it won't see the light of day. But yeah, we'll definitely do it again at some point. Okay. So yeah, anyway, as I say, there we go, folks. That was Broken Sword, Shadow of the Templars, and I hope you've enjoyed this Let's Play. So if you did, you'll probably have noticed I haven't been encouraging everyone to like and subscribe up to this point, so I figure may as well leave it all until now. So if you did like it, please click the like button and subscribe to this channel and share it with people. You know, you've been on YouTube before, you know this whole spiel. I know it's annoying, but we kind of have to do it, otherwise we get buried by YouTube's algorithm. I don't know even bothering asking this. No one is going to watch this video for years to come anyway.
I'll watch it.
Well, a few people watch it. If you do, if you're watching this right now, thank you. I just want to say thank you. And consider clicking that like button. It really helped out. So, anyway, yeah. We're back in a couple of weeks with some new game, but until then, say goodnight, Viv.
Good night, Viv.
Good night, everybody.